there are only two main problems that most businesses have. I am Tanya. I am a marketing strategist, business coach, and launch copywriter. I'm a word geek. So I help coaches and creators create online courses and online coaching programs so that they can create businesses that they love and that serve them and work they can work less and still make more money. So the power of automation and one to many offers. So quick intro day, and the number one problem is cash flow, like Emmanuel pointed out in the group. It's cash flow, and the second one is not enough leads or not enough revenue and not enough leads. So basically, those are the two biggest issues that most businesses face. So I touched on it earlier in the week, and I also touched on the fact that you need to raise your prices, so that you are able to generate revenue that makes sense for your business. A lot of times, heart centered solopreneurs, people that are really in love with what they do, usually have this major problem, which is generating consistent income. And I speak on this all the time. And if you are looking to generate consistent income online, please reach out to me. Drop me the word call in the comments or reach out to me. I'll send you a link to book a roadmap to 10K months and beyond, so that we can help you decide how you can go about getting to those 10K months. And if we are a good fit to work together, we will tell you what we can do with you. And if not, you still walk away with clarity on what you need to do. So now let's move along. Let's talk about pricing. Why am I very touchy about pricing? Listen, even when I started out, I struggled with pricing my services. And the biggest mistake that I made at the time, and I'm hoping that somebody's gonna watch this and is going to take this and avoid this common mistake, was I looked at what the market was offering and tried to compete on price. Biggest mistake of my life. Now, why am I saying that? That was the dumbest move I ever did. And I'm an economist. I should have known better. But that was a dumb move. But it taught me a lot. The one thing that you should never do is look at your competitors' market, products and services, and try to use that as your measuring bar. That is the biggest mistake that you would make in your career. It's okay to look at competition, and I teach that all the time. Look at your competition, look at what they are doing, what they are offering, but you do not make it your measuring bar, because that will lead you into a pit that you'll find it hard to come out of. So pricing is a touchy subject, because a lot of times I rarely see this with my male clients or my male counterpart, but I often see it with my female clients and my female counterpart, where a lot of us struggle to to actually ask for money and ask to be paid what we are worth. So one of the things that I always say is, when you think about pricing, it boils down to who are you trying to serve. First of all, before you start pricing yourself, you need to know who you are serving. And please, I better hope that you are choosing to serve people that can afford your products and services. Otherwise, that's why you struggle to price your services and your goods at a price that actually is a premium, so that you can make money. It is important, especially if you are a service-based business, especially with if you are a creator, you're a creative entrepreneur. It's important that you know how to price yourself. Even as a content creator, if you don't know how to price your services, as i.e. an influencer, A lot of brands will lowball you. I've been on the negotiating table for brands trying to work with influencers, and I know that a lot of times we wait for the influencer to give us the numbers because we know that often they lowball themselves. And those that lowball themselves are usually females because you'll find a female with 100,000 followers lowballing, giving a numbers, and you're like, did you just do that really to yourself? So it's important that we are aware how to price our services. So first of all, know who you are serving, who you are speaking to, so that you know if they can afford your services. And don't bother offering your products and services to people that may not be ready to invest. So if, let's say, you are offering a product that is $1,000 and you're offering it to somebody that is struggling to even make $100, where's the logic in that? So be aware of that. And a lot of times, what I tell people, especially that are in the service industry, create packages that are going to help you have meet the demand for maybe people that cannot afford your higher end products or services, and you can actually have an offer that would suit them if they wanted to work with you, but you also have your higher end or your higher ticket services so that they can, if they choose to work, people choose to work with you, it's on your higher end. The other thing that I mentioned is that pricing does indicate quality of service, the quality of the service you will bring about. I remember I had a consultation with a client, and the numbers were quite high that we were talking about, really high, but like the person mentioned, and actually it clicked in my head because it's also what I coach my people about. And he said, I am unbothered with the nitty and gritty details of what you are going to do. The only thing I am interested in is results. And most of the time, if you are sorry, if you are charging a premium price, you attract people that are result orientated, that are if you're a coach, that are transformation orientated, that are trying to get the result and are not really unbothered with this is how many modules that you're going to get, this is how many freebies you're going to get. Most people that are goal orientated, result orientated, are not even bothered with that as part of the value. The value that they are looking for is the transformation. The value that they are looking for is the result that you promise. So that's one thing why you should price yourself at a higher price bracket. And how do you price yourself like that? Is positioning. This is often one of the questions I get asked. How are you positioning yourself? If I have to look for somebody in your sector, for somebody in your field, and I come across your profile, or you, come across you some way, somehow, how have you positioned yourself? Have you positioned yourself as the expert? Or have you just positioned yourself as somebody that's just out there trying to figure things out? Positioning is key if you are going to get premium clients, if you want to land premium clients. You want to position yourself as the expert. You want to position yourself as the go-to person. Let me give a quick example before I hop off this video. A few weeks back, obviously, like any coach, I also like getting coaching because it is one of the best way to learn as well. So I was in the market for a coach. I was in the market for a coach. I wanted to get a coach. So I scheduled a few calls with a couple of people. And I jumped on this call with this coach, and the pitch was but I wanted to get off because I'm an analytical person. I want to make intelligent decisions and not emotional decisions. So when I got off the call, I wanted to do a little bit of research on the coach so I can get a sense of whether this person program would be for me, it would suit me. And lo and behold, when I started doing the research, there was nothing. There was no YouTube, there was no Instagram. Outside of a personal profile, where she would post about how she could help me reach certain financial goals, outside of that particular profile, I couldn't find anything that could attest to her expertise. And of course, what did I do? I decided not to hire her. However, the program that I'm currently going to be enrolling in, I loved the touch point that I had with the brand, even with the representative that I was talking to, the professionalism, the way they reached out, the way that I could find out information about them without the person that giving feeding me the information. I could go online and Google the person and find out information. So it's important that if you are going to position yourself as an expert in any field, you want to ensure that there are touch points that people can have about you. There are ways people can check you out without you giving them the information. If you look at me and you search for my brand name, which is Tanya La Patron on social media, you will go on my Instagram, you'll find content that is appealing to my audience and that is also giving them tips, giving them a number of small wins. You go on YouTube, you do this, you find the same thing. And if you're in my newsletter, you listen, you check out my videos all the time. You kind of get to know me. You get to know who I am, and in your eyes, if you know me well enough, you're like, okay, she kind of knows what she's talking about. She could teach me one or two things about this. So it's important that you position yourself in a manner that speaks to your premium clientele. It's important that you offer packages so that even if you want to serve a lower end ticket offer, you want to service them, then you do have an offer that does not take so much time away from maybe your higher ticket offers. And then of course, you have to do the mindset work so that you are able to agree with yourself that you are worth it. This is actually one of the most important things that you could do. If you need to do the inner work, the inner self-worth work that actually will allow you to feel that you are worth it, that you can charge this much money and you can command this much money because you know what you are doing. Until you do that, you will not be able to do it peacefully and in alignment with yourself because you will kind of feel that you are cheating. Who are you to be talking to these people? Who are you to be teaching these people? Because you would, the imposter syndrome will kind of be kicking your ass because you haven't done the inner work. So, quick recap, offer packages, position yourself in a manner that will attract your people, your audience that actually want to buy from you. Be aware of the brand, of how your brand can be perceived. I think I touched on that with the previous story. So create touch points so that people can actually check you out and can familiarize themselves with your brand because we live in an age where you kind of need that. You kind of need to know how to position yourself and, of course, do the inner work so that you are able to price your services and products for success. On that note, I am going to jump off. I hope you guys have a beautiful, beautiful weekend. For those that are going to catch the replay later, thank you so much for to those that have just joined the group. I love you guys so much. I'm going to do a welcome post soon. And yeah, thank you so much for joining this group. Thank you so much, guys, for being part of this community. And on that note, thank you, and I love you guys. Bye.